Welcome back to Marriage Momentum. We've been discussing mindsets and mind shifts in marriage. I want you to think about a strong winning team. When a problem comes up, successful teams don't waste time blaming or fighting each other. They identify the issue, they communicate effectively, and work together toward a solution. But in marriage, couples often do the opposite. The moment pressure hits, they move into attack mode and defense mode. Suddenly it becomes, you never listen to me. You overreact about everything. This is your fault. Or, I told you so. And when couples get stuck in that mindset, the real issue often gets lost. Today's segment is called It's Not You versus Them. It's you two versus the issue. Let me give you 3 quick points. The first point, shift from blame to problem solving. When couples start seeing each other as the enemy, conversation is quickly turned into defending and attacking and keeping score. The goal is never to win the argument. The goal should be to solve the problem together. Ask yourself, are we trying to understand each other or defeat each other? For example, one spouse says, I feel overwhelmed handling all the household responsibilities lately. Instead of hearing the concern, the other responds, oh, so I don't do anything? What about all the hours that I work? The person immediately becomes defensive instead of trying to understand what their spouse is really communicating. Maybe a wife says, I miss spending time together. And her husband says, well, if you weren't so critical, then maybe I would be around more. Instead of hearing that she's lonely and wants to be with him, he hears attack. She's attacking me again. Another question to ask is, are we trying to fix the issue or prove a point? Let's say one spouse forgets to pay a bill, and instead of discussing how to prevent it from happening again, the conversation turns into, well, you forgot the insurance payment last month. Well, you forgot to pick up the dry cleaning. Now it's no longer about solving the issue. It's about proving who's more wrong. A teammate mindset sounds different. Instead of, you never help around the house, you could say, you know what? We both seem exhausted lately. How can we divide things differently? Point number 2, protect the relationship while addressing the conflict. Different disagreements are inevitable, but contempt, criticism, and emotional distance damage connection. Healthy couples learn to fight for the relationship instead of against each other. That means speaking with respect even during frustration. Instead of saying, you never listen to me. Talking to you is just pointless. You say, I'm frustrated because I don't feel heard, but I want us to work through this together. Protection means avoiding personal attacks. Instead of saying things like you're selfish or you're lazy, focus on the behavior instead of attacking the person. You can say, when the dishes were left undone, I started feeling overwhelmed and unsupported. Remember, your spouse is someone you love and care for, not someone you need to destroy to be heard. We all know our spouse's insecurities and weak spots. We know what words would hurt them deeply. But instead of weaponizing that information to win the fight, choose restraint. Sometimes maturity sounds like this. I'm irritated right now and I don't want to say something that I'll regret later. I need a timeout. The relationship matters more than scoring points. The third point is the real enemy is often the pattern, not the person. Many couples think they're fighting about chores or money or communication when the real issue is the unhealthy cycle that they keep repeating. When one person criticizes, the other person becomes defensive. And when they become defensive, the other person shuts down. And then nothing gets resolved. The problem isn't always you versus me, it's us stuck in a destructive pattern. Healthy couples learn to recognize triggers and emotional reactions. Maybe a wife feels ignored when her husband looks at his phone while she's talking to him. Maybe a husband becomes defensive because criticism triggers feelings of failure and insecurity. Instead of just reacting emotionally, couples have to begin saying things like, you know what, I think this brought up some insecurities for me. Or, I acted or reacted strongly because I felt rejected. Or whatever way you felt. We all have to work on naming our feelings instead of reacting to them. Healthy couples also work together to create new responses. These responses could look something like you stop having important conversations late at night when both of you are totally exhausted. Maybe it's you agreeing not to interrupt when the other person is talking. Maybe it's you taking a timeout and agreeing on a specific time to come back and finish the conversation. Healthy couples stop asking who's wrong and start asking how do we handle this together? Because at the end of the day, it's not you versus them. It's you two versus the issue. Remember these 3 points. Number 1, shift from blame to problem solving. 2, protect the relationship while addressing the conflict. And 3, the real enemy is often the pattern, not the person. I hope this challenged you to reflect a little deeper today. And until next time, this is Marriage Momentum, where strong marriages don't stand still. They build momentum.